Today I want to talk a little bit about selling precision Swiss grooving for Swiss automatic machines when it comes to the Arno Fast Change system, or the AFC. You're going to hear people are using Utilis, they're using Applitech systems, they're using the Sandvik XS system, and these are really highly specialized precision grooving systems with a lot of radius options and back turning options. The problem is, if you're using the Arno Fast Change catalog, it's not in there, but we do have it. So I want to go through a little bit of how to find it and select it today so that you can feel a little more comfortable about pitching the Fast Change system. So today we'll be looking in the Langdrehen catalog. This is German for long turning. This is our Swiss catalog, but the only thing I use this catalog for right now is what we call our Deco-Cut platform, and this is the direct competitor to the Applitech and Utilis systems and the Sandvik XS system. So if you can't talk about Deco-Cut comfortably, you're not going to really be able to fully pitch the AFC system. So let's get into a presentation here and get you a little more comfortable with the Deco-Cut platform, and then you can go out and sell the heck out of it. So first comes the selection of the cutting tool holders themselves. With the link to this recording, I'm going to include this PDF document, and I'm also going to include a PDF version of the Deco-Cut catalog chapter 5. So you'll have all of the inserts and the tool holders to make your selection when you're pitching the AFC system. This right now is the only comprehensive document that we have with the part numbers and the EDP numbers for the Deco-Cut as it applies to the AFC system. So you see the part numbers here are SLAOL for the left-hand version and SLAOR for the right-hand version. The E08 designates the style of insert that goes in it. This is an 8mm insert. So when you're making your insert selection, be sure to only select for this system the 08 series inserts. And then the AFC obviously designates the fact that this is for the Arno Fast Change system. The two on the left here are non-coolant through, and the two on the right here are coolant through, is designated by the IK. The pictures don't correlate with the part numbers above. These are both the through coolant style tool holder. You can see the coolant nozzle over here, and you can also see an example of the back of the insert that has this star pattern pressed into it that gets into the star pattern on the tool holder, which makes it a very, very stable platform. So it's a single screw system. I know that Utilis has a double screw system. Ours is a single screw system, but we have this star pattern to make the insert more rigid in that pocket. Down below we have all of the EDP numbers. What I did was I went into the Arno shop and I just searched SLAO with an asterisk and then AFC with another asterisk. What that did was that brought in all of the selections for me that are AFC compatible in both left and right hand versions. So these are the only 4 tools that we have in the system for Deco-Cut as it applies for AFC. We have the left hand versions, the right hand versions, non-through coolant and through coolant versions with the EDP numbers here on the left. So there you have how to select the tools. You have the tool holder numbers themselves. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get into the catalog and go through the inserts. So next we'll do a quick run through chapter 5 in the long turning catalog. Again, you'll receive this as a PDF along with the link to this recording. Chapter 5 starts out with the tool holder selection. We're not going to spend a lot of time with the tool holder selection because we're really focused on how this applies to the AFC system. And the tool holder selection in Chapter 5 that I'm sending you is all monoblock standard tools. So this is really not meant for the AFC system, but we'll just take a quick tour anyway. Here you see a picture of a monoblock tool that's through coolant for the Deco-Cut insert, and you can see the coolant nozzle, how it comes out right above the insert. We have a quick thumbnail guide for all of the tool holders, so you know where the respective pages are, and then after that we have a quick thumbnail guide of all of the inserts so you can see where their respective pages are. We start off with part off inserts, then we get into the groove and turn inserts, true turning inserts, partial profile and full profile threading inserts, back turning inserts, and then there's blanks. So this is the first page of the tool holder selection guide. We start out with 8mm shanks. We go to 20mm shanks. We offer coolant through and non-coolant through. Important to note that if you are talking about monoblock tools, these are all available in Harvard, Illinois with inch shanks. So this is strictly a metric catalog. We have no other publication with inch shanks for the Deco-Cut platform. So just note that all of these are available in inch shanks. And we have some more specialized tooling for machine-specific applications. These monoblock holders are designed for parting between chucks because they have this neck-down design and they take a special insert. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. And now we get into the insert selection. So the insert selection, we'll zoom in on here a little bit and go through some more specifics. It's important to note that everything in this guide for the inserts, if it doesn't have a radius option designated within the table below, means it's a dead sharp corner. So all of these have 0mm corners, so dead sharp. So at the top of the page, you'll see this is a part-off insert with a 0-degree chip breaker. Over here on the top right, you'll see X equals 0. That designates the top rake on the top of the insert. This is ground flat. And then you'll see the order numbers or the part numbers down the left-hand side of this matrix. They start out with the LOB 08s. And then you can see the left-hand and right-hand versions of each insert. And then as you get down toward the bottom, you'll see the LAB 10s, which we won't use for this exercise because those are too big to go into the Deco-Cut style holders. So just getting into the LAB 08s, you see that we start off with a 0.8mm width, and then we go to 1mm, 1.2, 1.5, and 2.5 for this particular style of insert. Parting insert, 15-degree lead, dead sharp, ground flat. So next page. Here we have the part-off selection with the 4-degree top rake. So you can see over here, X equals 4 degrees. That means that top of that insert is grounded a positive 4 degrees. And then over here you have these two windows that designate the size of the truncation on that 15-degree angle ground onto the face of the insert. Now we have to do this because since all of these corners are dead sharp, the top of the insert is ground to 4-degree positive, then we have this 15-degree angle, really leaves this corner very vulnerable. So we dust off this end of this insert just to make it stronger and that corner is not so vulnerable. So if a customer asks you what this means, that means we dust off the tip of that insert, and that flat is 1/10 the width of the insert. So you can see down here in the selection under the 08 series, we have 1.5 and 2mm. And just as a exercise, the 1.5mm insert will have a 0.15 wide flat on the end of that insert. So moving on to the next selection. These are the inserts that go into the necked down tool holders that I showed you earlier. We're not going to spend a lot of time on these because we don't offer the neck down version of these tool holders in the Deco-Cut system, so it really doesn't have much to do with this conversation, so we're just going to blow by those real quick. Then we get into the true groove and turn platform. These are the groove and turn inserts with a 0-degree chip breaker. You can see over here X equals 0. You have a little legend here that designates what the right-hand insert looks like and what it does. And as we go down through the selection, you can see that we have quite a few of the 08 series inserts. Again, FL means left hand, FR means right hand. We start at 0.8mm width and we go the whole way through 3mm width. Again, all corners are dead sharp unless otherwise specified. L1 is our total depth of cut. For grooving, we go through 2mm through 6.5mm, and L2 is the total length of the cutting edge. Moving into the groove and turn with the ground chip breakers, this is a much more positive insert, much more effective. Again, up here, X equals 10 degrees means that the top of that insert is grounded at 10-degree positive. And then going down through the selection, you're going to see that we have a little bit more selection here. You have all 08 series inserts, so these are all compatible with the AFC system Deco-Cut tools. We start at 1 millimeter width, we go the whole way through 3 millimeter width. Very importantly, over here on the right, you'll see that we do offer some different radius options. So we have a 0.8 millimeter option, we have a 0.2 millimeter option. This is a 0.08 millimeter, I'm sorry, I'll correct myself. So this is a 3/1000ths option. If you're talking inch, this would be a 4/1000ths option. This is important because if a customer can tolerate a corner radius, you want to get as big a corner radius into the application as possible, because a dead sharp corner always tends to wear out faster. So if your customer is extremely sensitive to corner radii, we have a full selection of dead sharp corners. And that happens a lot in the Swiss automatic industry. Those are really popular. But if the customer can tolerate a corner radius, please try to select something with the largest corner radius possible, because the insert will simply last longer. Then we get into the true turning inserts. This is the turning insert with a 0-degree chip breaker. We have 1 millimeter and 0.5 millimeter. This designates the small flat on the end of the insert. This small flat has a 1-degree wiper ground on it for excellent surface finishes. This is a very specialized insert. We don't sell a lot of them because, frankly, customers would rather use a ISO positive insert because it's a lot cheaper. But there are specialized applications where these are necessary. These will offer excellent surface finishes. So this is always something to keep in the back of your mind when you're reviewing the Deco-Cut system with your customer. And this is the turning insert with the 2 ground 10-degree chip breakers. Again, much more positive, much more effective, and will leave much better surface finishes. Partial profile and full profile threading is offered as well. We have these in 55 and 60 degrees in both left and right hand. Again, please pay attention to the radius options in this rightmost column here. If a customer can tolerate a radius, you always want to use a radius, but we do offer 0 radii as well. So that is, again, it tends to be kind of popular, but always try to get a corner radius in if you can, to protect that cutting edge. And then we have the full profile thread forms. We have these in the metric standards only, M.4 through M1.0. To be honest with you, we don't sell a lot of these, but again, it's good to know that it's here in case your customer is doing a metric thread and he wants a full profile thread form. And among the more popular inserts, you'll see are the back turning inserts. The selection here starts with a 0-degree chip breaker, and the width of the end of the insert starts at 0.5 millimeters, and we have a 1 millimeter as well. These are your depths of cut, and this is the total length of the cutting edge on the back side of the insert. This is the same insert with a 10-degree chip breaker. You can see again 0.5 millimeter and 1 millimeter, depths of cut of 4 millimeters and 5 millimeters respectively. And then probably the most popular of the back turning inserts is the insert with the 8-degree chip breaker. Here we have a couple more options available to us. They're all 1 millimeter width, all 6 millimeter depth of cut capable. And then we have the 0 millimeter corner radius options in the 0.08 and the 0.2. So we have a little more available there in the corner radii. And then the next page is the blank. So if a customer is doing a special form and he wants to use our Deco-Cut platform within the AFC system, we can quote a blank. So that's just a real quick high level of the insert and tool selection in Chapter 5, and we are going to conclude the review of the catalog. Okay. Well, thanks for geeking out with me on the Deco-Cut platform for the last couple of minutes. I hope that you take something away from it. I hope it makes you a little more comfortable with selling the AFC system, and it gives you a little more knowledge about our precision grooving platform, most notably the Deco-Cut. So thanks for joining, and happy selling.